Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sex Matters. I am Dr. Rachel Rubin. I'm a urologist and sexual medicine specialist in the Washington, D.C. area, and I am thrilled to bring you this next guest. This is someone I am a huge fan of and have been following her research for decades now, and we are so blessed to have her in our Medscape world. Debby Herbenick, why don't you introduce yourself and tell people all about your research?
Thank you for having me. I'm a professor at the Indiana University School of Public Health, and I've been a sexuality researcher and educator for about 25 years. I've studied issues related to women's orgasm, to vibrator use, to how people feel about their genitals and how that impacts whether or not they are comfortable seeking healthcare. And most recently, I've been looking at emerging sexual practices.
And really, you can't be in sexual medicine without knowing Dr. Herbenick's work. It is just instrumental in all of our knowledge about what are people actually doing, what do people care about, and what's happening out there. So where I got into your research, and there's probably not a day that goes by that I don't quote your research, is on how women experience sexual pleasure, how women orgasm. Can you just talk briefly sort of about that research?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of research related to pleasure and orgasm, some related to the different styles of touch, some related to vibrator use, showing that more than half of women report having ever used a vibrator. And so I think the key is really variety, right? That people need to feel comfortable with the way that they experience their bodies and their own paths to pleasure, and feel supported in being able to explore in that way.
And what are some resources? What I quote often is everyone thinks because of Hollywood and pornography that women orgasm from vaginal penetration alone, which of course, and us in medicine know that physiologically doesn't make sense. And so I think the numbers are staggering. People often go to their doctor and say, "Doctor, I'm not normal. I can't orgasm from penetration. Is there something wrong with me?"
Yeah, most women are not orgasming from vaginal intercourse alone. Many have added direct clitoral stimulation. Others prefer to receive oral sex. Some are having orgasms through a vibrator or other kinds of sex toy use. And for some, it's not just the behavior, right? It's having the behavior in a certain amount of intimacy or connection with a partner. So really focusing on that as well.
And I think your data showing that more than 50% of women have used vibration in the past. And I tell my male patients as well, the penis and the clitoris are the same. Penis is like vibration too, just many have never tried it. And so as a clinician, being able to have these devices and these tools to encourage our patients to use is really important. And your data helps us really show that this is an important aspect of pleasure.
Yeah, I'm always glad to hear they're helpful. And of course, our research really focused on vibrators, but it's been so interesting to see the sexual enhancement products change over the years. And now we have all these air pressure toys too, which are especially useful for people who really can't take or don't prefer direct, contact with their clitoris or other genital parts.
I tell my patients all the time that the sex devices that we use today are not the same thing sort of from back in the day. And there are so many high technological advances in this space that are really wonderful tools for me as a doctor that I can really help my patients understand and use just to have more fun.
Absolutely.
And when we don't talk about sex, and again, there are very few of us who are sexual medicine trained physicians. There are very few of us who feel confident and comfortable talking about sexual health issues. How can they find you or follow you?
Yeah, I'm on social media as at Debby Herbenick, and I'm also on our website, sexualhealth.indiana.edu.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.